because I don't know what it's like in God's country in St. Charles County, but I know in St. Louis County the assessment issue's been a really super tough one. People are people are unhappy because all the assessment game, and I'm sure you're onto it, is just you try to you're inflating people's values so you can tax them more. Isn't that pretty much what that's about?
That's exactly right, Jamie, and that's why I got involved. I've been in the commercial real estate business for over 20 years. I've been negotiating value between buyers and sellers and landlords and tenants for such a long time that it's ingrained in me, and I know what value is. And to see those rates go up across the board with very little accountability is really why I got involved. It's upsetting. People make decisions in business and where they buy their homes based on where the taxes are. 10 cents a square foot could kill a real estate deal.
Wow. And well, you probably have seen that happen, right?
Well, sure. You work real hard, and it gets down to pennies in a transaction per square foot, and a lot of these times in high tax areas, they lose out.
Yeah, and I can't figure out why even. I mean, it shouldn't be a situation where an assessor's political affiliation determines their assessments, but it seems like that's the case. We have all these Democrat assessors, and lo and behold, suddenly the properties are all inflated.
Well, and getting to that specifically, because the assessor's office does touch a lot of different aspects of the taxation process. It is the first step in the taxation process. There are 30 different entities out there that are taxing you. Every morning you wake up in a very crowded bed, people are telling you to get out of bed and go to work and get them some money. And again, those are the 30 different taxing entities. And to not have an advocate in the assessor's office, St. Louis County is just getting taken to the cleaners.
Yeah, and I've used an organization called, I think it's PAR, and they'll go in and they'll kind of fight for a reassessment. I used it at one time. I don't think I use it anymore, but it is kind of shocking sometimes to get your tax bill and say, wait a minute, this is completely and totally inflated. And I guess in terms of the pressure you're going to get, though, and that's what an assessor's job is to not feel the pressure from the higher ups, like for instance Sam Page or others, to keep that beast fed.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because the assessor's office is only one of 3 countywide offices. The assessor sits out there by himself, answers only to the electorate. And for 12 years, we've got a guy that's not capable of doing the job. He's proven that with his 12-year record, that the assessments just keep going up unabated. And there is no accounting for inflation. There is no accounting for the real estate bubble that we're in, and just the valuations that are being run up unchecked, I think are very difficult for everyone to swallow.
Yeah, buddy. Listen, knowing you for as long as I have, first of all, you did great in the U.S. Senate race when you ran. I hope you don't mind me bringing that up, that you ran for that, but that's fine, because we're glad to have you where you're running right now. But you really you in a statewide race, man. You really kicked it, Peter Pfeifer.
Well, it was a long race. It's a big state. But I did learn a lot. There's no doubt about it. There was only 11 people on that ballot. This past ballot, there were 21 candidates for U.S. Senate. But here in St. Louis County, it's the largest county in the state of Missouri. There's 1 million people here. There's a lot of doors to get knocked on. There's a lot of people to be in communication with. And I'm working on that. And I'm campaigning where the Republicans typically don't campaign. Yeah. And that's what I need to do, because the message is a good one. The poorest people in St. Louis County are forced to buy the worst product, and they're taxed the highest for it.
Right. And I remember, though, too, as long as I've known you, you've been a simple man, which is great because you want an assessor who's a simple man. And last time I checked, are you still driving that 1979 Cordoba or whatever it is you have?
Well, no, it was a 2006 Cadillac DTS.
Oh,
And let me tell you, Jamie, it was a beautiful car. I worked on it myself. I got rear-ended, and it was totaled.
oh,
It was just after I put a brand new water pump on the thing. I spent a week in my driveway hugging this V8, and neighbors were walking by. Hey, Peter, you okay? You need some help? And it was very nice and very kind. But it got rear-ended. Now I drive a car that's old enough to drink.
good for you. Hey, listen though, man. You're lucky that you got rear-ended before your water pump failed, because no one successfully installs a water pump. I've had experience that way, and that's how I cracked my engine block on a 1971 Chevy Impala. So, all right. Well, we can find you at newassessor.com. That's newassessor.com. Great website choice, by the way, Peter. And best of luck to you. This is a serious thing. A lot of people who are chiming in on the Facebook page say, man, you run as aggressive a campaign as you ran as U.S. Senator, because just getting your message out, because you're really good at that. You're going to be our next assessor. Thanks for being on the show, and we'll catch up with you again soon.
Hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right,
Jamie.
buddy.